going on.
And it's still fucking going on. Go the fuck on, man.
I don't see. I mean, I would usually say I don't see it stopping, but if maybe we can find a new model, just like Minnesota is trying to do, based off Camden, New Jersey, where they basically defunded. Well, okay, they defunded the police department so that they can concentrate on other things and put in more community advocates to try to stop violence, and it worked. And I think that, look, if more cities, be brave enough to just try something different, you do the same thing, you're going to get the same result.
Listen, the police aren't there to stop crime. The police are there to be the crime responders.
Okay.
Because by the time the police get there, the crime already done.
It's already been done.
Right? So basically, we got to find programs that can stop crime, which is in the community. If you can give people more opportunity, then that's how you stop a crime, not respond to a crime. You get what I'm saying?
They're not ready to have that conversation.
Well, we got to figure that's amongst the people in the community.
To find more opportunities so that people, I don't know,
adding more police is not stopping crime.
No, it's not.
Because that's just more people to respond to crime.
It's not going to eradicate the crime that just
people
happened.
still going to
really,
do the shit, and the police ain't going to show up till after it's done. It's not like the police be just walking around trying to stop something from happening when it's happening. Exactly. These motherfuckers don't show up until it's done.
It's done.
And now you want to try to kill somebody after it's done.
Well, we got to figure out how to stop the crime.
Well, they actually killing us after the crime already supposedly been committed.
Exactly.
Right? Because they not showing up when the crime is happening. They showing up after it's already done been committed, right?
Yep.
So if you kill, you the one committing the crime now.
They're even taking some cops off of even doing like traffic stops, stuff like that. I mean, because of the severity of how things happen. I mean, look at Orlando Castle. Look at Sandra Bland. These were traffic stops. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that could have just easily been, handled in a totally
But think about it. What crime was he responding to? Because it was a traffic stop, right?
Right.
What crime was he responding to that warranted that type of force?
That type of behavior.
You get what I'm saying? Like, that type of force, though. Like, we're not talking about, you're responding to a murder or something like that. Because even still, like, if you say a guy commits a crime and then you're chasing him, right? The crime already been committed. So you didn't stop the crime. You just trying to catch the guy now. You shouldn't be trying to kill him.
Damn shame.
And that's where the problem is.
Shame. That's why they gotta go.
And like, look, you wanna be in a community, like, look, y'all goddamn post some barbecues and shit. Do some shit in a
that's
goddamn
the
community.
shit that in certain communities, that's what they do. Like, I see, like, the PAL, Police Athletic League, right? Where they get, the police get teams together. So that teams from the community, so that they can work with them. You know what I'm saying? And then you can become more, like, less scared of the police. Because why the fuck are we scared of the police?
Think about
that. That don't make no
and they supposed
fucking
to be
sense in the world. White people not afraid of the police. Even white criminals aren't afraid of the police.
Fears of the devil.
But black citizens who are doing everything right have a fear of the police. Like, you get pulled over, you're like, oh, right. Fuck.
And then the same people.
When I'm riding, what's the first thing? How I react? I got my license, everything on.
I feel like you have no reason to feel like.
As soon as I see the police, I'm going the opposite way.
I feel like
if we behind
me, dipping them all type of shit, like
in the everything on me legit. No weed, no nothing.
I used to say that. I'd be like, "Hey, why you even thinking like that?" But really, it's like now you have to think like that, even if you're not doing anything wrong.
It's survival instinct. That's what it is. You understand that, these people are a threat to my survival, and that's fucked up that you gotta think that.
Think like that, man. Like, that's so damn. We all gotta think like that.
And there's no police, not even Richmond County is trying to like change that.
Because I actually
really
used to not feel like that. All 4 of us. I used to not even panic if I got like pulled over or something. But now,
us three will get targeted quicker.
She's perceived as less of a threat than us
three.
But check this out, though.
Because she's a woman, and if it's a, but what if it's a woman officer?
Yep.
Then it could be whatever.
How many women officers have you heard that actually have?
I don't know.
How many have y'all ever
that
heard?
one that
Any,
shot
you
that
have?
dude,
You have?
that one
You
that shot that dude in his apartment.
Yeah. Shot him in his apartment.
that one.
In his own apartment. At the truck.
At the
And
truck.
Where was this at? What?
Where? Oh yeah.
Yeah. He got out the car. I remember that, yup.
Wow. So fuck the police.
Okay, we're gonna get back to this music. Boom
Get
Bap
back
Hour
to
Uncut.
Be safe
No,
out
matter
there.
of fact, we about to play Cuban Pete interview. We're gonna do
Shout
out
Cuban
to
Pete interview.
Cuban Pete.
Cuban
Game,
Pete.
baby. Some of that wig.
Boom Bap Hour Uncut.
It's your girl, Miss Ruby V, and this is the Boom Bap Hour Uncut. We have a very special guest here on the Ruby V exclusive, Cuban Pete. Well, how you doing? We're so excited to have you here.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, it's cool. And it's all the way from the UK.
Yes. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us from across the globe, So we're definitely going to be talking about your exciting new work and your project. And it's been said about you that Cuban Pete is proof of why the golden era that raised him is termed just that. Everything you flow on turns to gold. So I can dig that.
Yeah, I definitely grew up in the right time. I grew up with all the golden era stuff. I must have got into hip hop since about 84, 85, something like that. And then sort of got into it properly when Eric B and Rakim and then people like Dallas Soul and NWA came out, and I sort of took it from there, really.
Right. And it also looks like you've collaborated with such industry veterans as Eric Sermon, Crumb Snatcher, Black Poet, Tragedy Gaddafi, and other UK acts such as Ramson Bad Bones, Reese King David, Trademark Blood, and more. So what was it like growing up in England, and pretty much like how the climate was, like when you say you were introduced to hip hop? How was it like, growing up there and kind of being introduced to doing it?
Well, I mean, I grew up in a very small town, very small white town in the UK, to be honest, and I had to travel to the nearest. I'm from near Birmingham, which is called the second city, because after London it's classed as the second city of the UK. It's further up the country, the Midlands, and there's a lot more of a ethnic mix, racial mix in there. And my dad's from Wolverhampton as well, which there again is a similar sort of place. So I had to travel to get out. I mean, there wasn't a lot of hip hop in the record shops or anything like that. It's a very rock town, I suppose you'd call it. It was mainly through hearing music in the charts, I suppose. I used to tune into America's Top 10 with Casey Kasem, because there'd normally be a few hip hop songs in the charts, a lot more than we'd have in the UK normally. I used to get my fix from there. I used to have to record it because it was on late at night. And then obviously there was the radio. It took a while for mainstream radio to catch up, and the shows were always on late night or obscure places and times, so I had to search.
But hey, even though it was hard to really find you still found a way to gravitate toward hip hop. So, that's awesome. Must mean you was meant to do it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yes. And also in your bio, it says that you represent the era when MCs weren't afraid to speak on issues, and originality was rife and style was essential. So why do you feel that like originality is like essential to really keep it alive?
Well, I'm not one of these old heads that says like hip hop's dead and all the new guys are, trash and all the rest of it. There's still dope artists coming out now who are doing their thing lyrically and beat wise and everything. But there's a lot of people following. There's always been people following trends, but with the saturation of artists you've got now, it's more noticeable when people follow trends, I think. And so yeah, you have to be original and bring your own style and twist to stuff to get noticed, basically, and get yourself out there. It's a lot easier these days for artists to get their music done and out with all the digital age and all that. To be fair, I can record at home, and I've got DistroKid and all that, so I can get music online and on Spotify and iTunes and all the rest of it. So yeah, it is easy. And if it wasn't for the internet, I wouldn't have done a lot of the international collaborations I've done, because I couldn't afford to travel to do them, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely a different era. But yeah, there's always people ready to copy and, jump on the new trends and stuff. And yeah, it's not the way it's about for me.
Right. Definitely. Now, where do you usually feel like you find your artistic inspiration? Like when you feel like you're getting ready to start something, like, are there any, source that you go to that seem like they inspire you a lot?
There's a lot of MCs I listen to, but, I've started concentrating my work more, instead of just dropping a hot verse here or there. With this new EP, 5 Points, I've given it a theme. Obviously the name is named after the place that was destroyed, the graffiti mecca in New York, 5 Points, and I've given the whole EP a graffiti theme, so all the tracks are named after graffiti artists or people to do with the scene, and I've tried to style the tracks after elements that they've brought to the game. I've tried to incorporate the elements in there. Obviously I'm emceeing, hopefully I'm dropping knowledge. I've got DJ E-Rex doing scratches and cuts on there as well, and Falling Down producing the whole thing, doing the beats for the DJ side. So yeah, I've tried to incorporate as many elements as I can in there, really. I've got an animated video dropping on midnight, first thing Tuesday morning on YouTube. If you search for C75 Live on YouTube, that's my official channel. It'll bring you straight up, because C75 Live is the music imprint that I do. So yeah, I've got a video dropping on there, totally animated, by my guy Swifty Services from the West Midlands, my old stomping grounds. So yeah, that's a new one for me. I'm trying to focus a lot more this year and get my stuff out there more, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, that is such a dope concept of, the 5 points. Because I'm an artist, so I'm like, wow, I love what you did with that and where you're going with that. That is so dope to me. Love that. So pretty much, I do ask this question to pretty much everyone that I do interview. What does hip-hop mean to you, and